Good evening and welcome to Sport at Prime tonight. It is still June, despite how long this month may seem because of the impacts of COVID-19. And because it is still June, it does still essentially mean that it is indeed still Youth Month here in South Africa. And Sport has the opportunity to wrap up the month with our very own virtual roundtable here. I've invited some of the youngest and brightest stars around South Africa to have a discussion with us today simply about their careers, about their lives, and about how they are dealing with this crazy, crazy time. So joining us live tonight for our virtual roundtable here on Sport at Prime, names that I have no doubt that you will indeed recognize. Simtandile Chabalala, Sim Tiger, the man who is known for his performances around the golf courses, around the world, in fact, not even just South Africa. Laura Forfart from the Cricket South Africa, official Cricket South Africa Proteas women's team, a run machine and certainly a star for the Proteas women. And Kola Monse, who certainly has been doing an incredible job on the tennis courts around SA and around the world as well. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you, and thank you for joining us tonight on Sport at Prime. All right, everyone is good, and I hope so. Let's do ladies first, as we are gentlemen, and we are making sure that Laura is the most comfortable here tonight. So, Laura, speak to me about this career of yours that started at such a young age. For those that don't know, I mean, you were barely, 15 years of age before you were playing international cricket. I mean, still basically a youngster now, but how on earth then, by the age of 15, 16 years old, had you already garnered the attention of an international cricketing community that you found yourself playing international cricket whilst others are struggling with maths, geography, and history at school?
Yeah, it definitely happened very quickly. One day I was just playing cricket at school, and the next day I was playing for the Proteas. But I think a lot of it counted in my favor. Thinking back now, I had no idea who the opposition were. I had no idea who was bowling at me. I was just playing it for the love of the game. And I think that actually counts in your favor because you're just watching the ball and just concentrating on what you need to do. So, yeah, I was a bit young, but I guess at my age now, I have quite a bit of experience that other 21-year-olds maybe don't have. So very grateful.
5 or 6 years of experience and barely 21 years of age. Sim, you are going to have a lot more years of experience by the time you get to 21 years of age. We've had you on Newzroom Afrika many a time. It's wonderful to see that big smile of yours. To take Laura's discussion even further, I mean, here you are at barely into double figures of your life, and yet you're already representing South Africa. You were already touring the world. Do you ever sit back and realize what it is you're achieving at such a young age?
Well, it's really nice. You can play golf and you can teach people other opportunity, and it's just a great opportunity at this age. And for the opportunity of my dad teaching me how to play golf, I started to play golf at the age of 4. So I've been playing golf, I think, for more than 1 year right now. I still have a long way to go, but yeah.
I'm going to speak about parents, and I'm going to speak about the impact that guardians and loved ones put on young sports stars around the world, but we'll get there in a few moments' time. Kola, I want to come to you as well. Still a very, very young man doing some exceptional things on the tennis court. How have you found that balance between trying to be a teenager, trying to be a kid, yet trying to become a professional sportsman as well, balancing school, balancing friends, family? I mean, at your age, that's something that most kids generally don't have to deal with.
Yeah, it's tough, but I think it's all worth it at the end. I think this is the journey that I chose. I can't really be a normal 17-year-old when I'm traveling. And during the weeks, I've got training. I still have to do school, and it's a really tough day. I've got 6 hours of practice, including fitness or a gym session, and I have to come back and do school. And by the time I get home, I'm dead. But, I just enjoy it. I love what I'm doing, and I know it's all worth it at the end. And if I do get the chance to be a regular 17-year-old kid, I take it with both hands. But I think it's all worth it.
Laura, maybe some advice from your side to two competitors that are slightly younger than you. You've gone through that schooling system. You've gone through being a 15, 16, 17-year-old. I mean, what would you say then to Kola and to Sim now that are either entering or are about to enter that journey later on in life. How did you then find the balance between trying to be a normal kid and yet somehow being a teenager and being out there on an international scene?
Well, it is quite difficult. There are a few things that you obviously have to give up, mostly social things that a normal 17, 18-year-old does. But I think for me, what was most important is that I really just enjoyed my cricket and I really love it, as I'm sure you guys enjoy your tennis and golf. So it didn't really bother me at all. When I was playing cricket, I was having the best time. So, doing school was just, something I had to do, and I just enjoyed the whole process of it.
Although, what about sacrifice for you? Because you mentioned being 17, a point that Laura's just made now. You are meant to be, out and misbehaving with your friends and staying up late and doing all these, sneaky things that teenagers do. Yet, as you said, you're spending 6 hours on the court or 6 hours in the gym. How would you look back now after being, where you are for a couple of years and think about these sacrifices that you've made to get you to this point? Kolo, did you get me there?
Oh, sorry, Marc. I got you there. I think all the sacrifices that were made by my parents and by myself, not really having the time to have the sneaky fun, I guess, going out with friends. I wouldn't say it's, in a way it sucks, but in a way it doesn't really suck because I get to travel the world. I get to meet new people. I get to get a lot of experience from pro players, from pro coaches, from other junior players as well. But I guess if I can't have that fun off the court with my friends, I know there's something that's going to be much bigger in the future. So it's not really a problem at the same time, but I just try to live in the moment and enjoy what I'm doing and have some good time with my family.
Sim, I want to bring it back to you because now we've heard about family. You mentioned your dad earlier on. I've met your father. He doesn't seem to ever lose that smile when it comes to speaking about you. The relationship that you have with your dad, how important is that? Oh, Sim, we seem to have lost your feed there. The audio is not coming through, Sim.